Welcome back to Mega Man Character Files, the show where we look at the in-depth histories of various Mega Man characters who are relevant to our what-ifs. Today, we will be talking about the daughter of Dr. Cossack, Kalinka. Kalinka's first and only appearance in a mainline classic game was in Mega Man 4. Kalinka is the only child of Mikhail Sergeyevich Cossack, the most prestigious roboticist in Russia. After Wily's third defeat, he was presumed dead, which allowed him to go around unseen. Thanks to this, he was able to kidnap Kalinka and force Cossack to do his bidding, having him go up against Mega Man, saying that he was now going to take over the world. After Mega Man defeated all 8 of the Cossack numbers and was doing battle with Cossack himself, Proto Man, who was still seen as a villain at this point, brought back Kalinka, who explained the situation and got the two to stop fighting. Cossack's name would then be cleared, and Kalinka was free from harm. While Kalinka would appear in other games, they would all be spin-offs and would be minor appearances at that. Her only other significant appearance was in Rockman X-Over, where she would be the navigator for Over 1. She would also be redesigned for this game, not only getting new clothes, but also being older, about a teenager, which I think is pretty cool. This is actually my favorite design for her. And while not much of an actual appearance, she did have a cameo in Mega Man Legends 2, where there was a store called Kalinka, though it was spelled with a C instead of a K, that had magazines, and one of the magazine issues had her on the cover. And while it wouldn't have been the same version of Kalinka, Kalinka was originally going to be in Battle Network. Kinda. See, the character designer for the series, Yuji Ishihara, once he was told that Dr. Cossack was going to be in, he immediately assumed that Kalinka would also be in, and actually did some concept sketches. Though Kalinka would, oddly enough, not be in any of the games, or the manga, or even the anime. Though the concept art is still there, so that's cool. We might use that for something later. Despite her few in-game appearances, Kalinka's actually appeared in a decent amount of other media, though her typical appearances would be in the Rockman 4 manga, as well as a couple others where she had some very minor ones, though she did actually have a decent appearance in the Mega Man Archie comics, where she first made an appearance in issue 13, which was the first issue in the Spiritus Ex Machina story arc. While exploring the Arts Robot Expo, Roll literally bumps into Kalinka, which gets Pharaoh Man and Rock into an argument that the girls have to break up. After they settle their differences and start to explore the expo together, the terrorist group Emerald Spears appears and starts causing havoc, which separates everyone. Roll tries to keep Kalinka calm, and they use Kalinka's smartphone to record what the Emerald Spears are doing so they can use that as evidence for the federal agents. As soon as the two can make a break for it, they start running as fast as they can to get to a point where they can call the federal agents. Agent Rosalind Krantz, who was one of the federal agents that helped Roll out earlier in the series, picked up the call and was able to get the rest of the agents down there to the expo, and they were able to arrest most of the Emerald Spears. After that arc, she wouldn't appear again until issue 19 in the storyline Roll With It, where, with her last day before she flies back home to Russia, she and Roll are playing on the beach with their other Robot Master friend, Tempo. However, a storm starts to break out, ruining their day. They also see a cruise liner about to wreck, and Roll tries to use Kalinka's phone in order to call Dr. Late. However, no one is there, so it is up to her and Tempo to save the day. Other than using her phone, Kalinka doesn't really do anything in the story. Kalinka's final appearance in the comic would be in issue 54. Where Proto Man, or as he was known at this time, Breakman, disguised himself as a human and used Dr. Wily's robot bird, Reggae, to distract Kalinka in order to kidnap her, where she was then trapped. in this room with all these disturbing giant stuffed animals, and Reggae there, who probably just constantly cackled at her the whole time. If that didn't traumatize her, I don't know what would. She also had a decently big role in the Mega Man Megamix manga, where in the 4th chapter, The Reaper of Resurrection, Skullman, one of the Cossack numbers who was abandoned by Cossack due to him only being created to kill Mega Man, would try to take revenge by kidnapping Roll and Kalinka and putting them in an ice-filled cave. Kalinka had also been incredibly prejudiced against robots due to feeling that her father had been paying more attention to them and his research than her. But despite that, Roll would end up overheating herself in order to try to keep Kalinka warm and alive. Roll's sacrifice would not only stop Kalinka's prejudice, but had also grown a bond between the two girls that would be shown off in future stories, such as in the sequel manga Gigamix in the story Burning Wheel, where her and Roll would sneak out of their labs in order to participate in the Battle and Chase tournament, despite how dangerous it was, which caused Mega Man to try to go and stop them, which would then get him entangled in another Wily plot. She would also appear in the final story arc of the manga, where her father, and the other Cossack numbers would help out the group in trying to defeat the Star Droids, with her and her father resurrecting Duo to also help in the effort. While Duo would ultimately get destroyed, the Star Droids would ultimately be defeated thanks to Mega Man and the other robot masters. And that was the character file for Kalinka. I'm actually surprised at all the appearances she has in other media compared to her very few in the actual games. It's almost like Capcom doesn't use her character nearly enough. But that's a discussion for another day. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if there are any other character files you'd like me to cover in the future, and if you like this content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.